And welcome back, everybody. You're watching News Channel 3 Live at 9. Abandoned by its mother and tired of living a harsh life in the cotton fields.
It's a deeply personal story that director John Gardner has captured on film for the movie Full Moon Lightning. It's the life story of Floyd Lee. Let's watch a little bit.
Yeah, blow back here at me. My mama, you know, she told me. Papa, he told me to. Yeah, my mama told me. Papa told me to. Son, every woman grin in your face.
That's a little bit of Full Moon Lightning. Floyd Lee and John Gardner is the movie maker behind the project. Join us this morning. Welcome. Such a pleasure to meet you.
It's an honor.
Right.
Glad to have you here.
Thank you so much for having us.
A lot of folks are going to be wondering, how did the two of you kind of find each other? What was that story there?
Well, I was living in Manhattan with my wife and two kids, and one day we decided to go out on a little stroll, and we going down towards the street fair, and all of a sudden I heard this voice out of nowhere. Singing.
Okay.
On the street. And I stopped. It was so compelling, so powerful, full of emotion that I was there literally just with my kids, trying to tame them. Said, listen, this guy is fantastic. You have to stay and listen.
Even though you're 1 and 2 or
exactly,
however old.
Exactly. And I must have stayed there for about an hour, just completely mesmerized by watching him and his guitarist Joel play. And after they took a break, I said, I don't know what your name is, I don't know what your story is, but there's something so dynamic, something about it that I just had to find out. I knew there had to be some sort of story there.
Mr. Lee, this had to be kind of a weird encounter, let's face it, right? I mean, you were used to having fans, many
fans.
But for somebody to come up and say there's got to be a story there, what was that like for you?
Well, I'm no stranger in that area because I've been playing music there for a long time, on the streets and subway and stuff like that. And then I was a doorman. I was doorman for, 25 years.
Did you know, though, deep down inside, that you had a story that needed to be told, that should have been shared?
No, I never tell nobody nothing. I keep all my little secrets. Then he brought all them secrets out. Now everybody knows.
Now everybody knows.
And you had a hard life growing up.
Oh, it was a monster.
Was it painful having that story come out a little bit, or was it cathartic? Was it an emotional release, or was it just hard to revisit that time?
I cry a lot inside.
Really?
Nobody sees my tears.
Yeah.
I think one of the most difficult things about it was that he was abandoned by his mother at a very young age. And the thing is, he was 3 months old.
So you never really knew your mama?
No, I thought the lady raised me up was my mama. All these years, I always thought that.
Who was she? Was she an aunt or a friend? Or
No, she wasn't no relation to me, and she couldn't have children. So my real mama gave me away when I was 3 months old, and then she raised me up. I thought all the people around there was related to me, but they wasn't. And coming to find out, I got a brother. I had a whole lot of brothers and sisters, and I didn't know nothing about none of that.
Mm-hmm.
But one lady who's supposed to be my aunt, she told my mother died. She took me to the funeral. I think I was about 11. It's Concord Church. We went up there too, and I wouldn't go to. I was scared to death, but I ain't going up there. I stayed there and looked, but way back there, and I still didn't want to believe that.
Yeah.
I didn't want to believe none of that. So all these years, I kept it all inside me,
So when did you find out, Mr. Lee, about your biological family? Did you ever get a chance to meet any of those relatives? Have you met some of them since?
I have met, thanks to John Gardner, I haven't met them now. He found them all.
What was that like for you?
Oh, man, I almost fell out. I cried so hard. Damn. I mean,
Understand. What was that like for you, John?
It was, well, one of the big challenges in finding his family was, you have to sort of put yourself back in that time and place. 1930s, Mississippi, there are no birth records.
The Bible.
No death records.
Everybody just wrote in the family Bible.
Most people were buried in unmarked graves. And he didn't even have names related to go by. So what we had to do was take more of a grassroots approach. We couldn't go to the Census Bureau and look up, oh, well, that's the name, and go from that. But we contacted all the local churches. We sort of drew a circle around on a map. We said, if she was, our only hope is that she was born, lived, and died in this circle. If not, we have no chance in finding her.
Right.
contacted all the churches, and lo and behold, someone got back to me a couple months later and said, I know who you're looking for. We had really vague clues. We had maybe almost a slight name, not even her real name. So they used to call her Dear.
Right.
And he knew that he had a brother named Fred and one named Henry, and that's all we had to go by. And potentially around a date when she passed away.
So did you pack your bags, go back to that area to say, we got to find these folks, or find some other relatives? Or?
Well, in all honesty, I didn't tell him right away because I needed to, for the film purposes, I need to collect everything together. I mean, this project has taken over 5 years to
I'm
produce.
sure,
And,
yeah.
Self-producing everything, I had to wait till I made enough money to afford to bring the crew back down.
Right.
So I assembled everything, and I actually brought them back to the exact, I told him the day before that we were supposed to have the big meeting, because I flew down and actually met his brothers, just made sure that the story checked out, because it was somewhat unbelievable at first.
Right.
And I had told him the day before, it's like, we are going to go, I found out who your mother was. I found your brothers, two of them that are still alive. They're here, one's in Memphis and one's in Mississippi. And we're going to go back to the exact same spot where you saw them 60 years ago at your mother's funeral. It was the only time you ever saw them.
What was that reunion like for you?
I can't describe it.
Are you still in touch with them?
Sure is.
So you're getting all that back, all those years?
all these years.
Getting all that back. A little love from everywhere. I still don't know my last name. All I know is Floyd Lake. I think my last name is Greer.
What a story.
That it is.
Breaks me up.
Well, we would love to have you play in just a moment. Would you do that for us? For more information, fullmoonlightning.com. Great documentary by John Gardner.